Good evening, my YouTube fans and chess fans. I have a question from a YouTuber, CJLDS40. I guess that stands for CJ Lids 40. He asks me about, well, he first thanks me for the first videos I put up on the Josh Waitson's Chess Academy. And he asks me what's more important, constant attacking or getting the bishops out. And I told him that in my comment basically that there's no easy answer to that. In fact, you have to have your pieces ready to attack, otherwise the attack is not going to work. So I've got millions of games in databases, but it just so happens that I was watching the St. Louis Chess Club video today. One of the grandmasters, I can't remember his name, strong, it sounds like an Italian accent, was lecturing young kids on a 1977 Kasparov game, and he was talking about, you know, various things that have a lot to do with what CJ was talking about, you know, getting the pieces out and developed and stuff like that. So I was running through my Kasparov database games, and I suddenly bumped into the game that the St. Louis Chess Club was just using to show the kids. I was surprised that I actually have it. I recognized it because I watched the video. So I'm going to use the same game. It was Garry Kasparov in 1977, playing white, and Guy West. And Guy West lost. Now, in 1977, Garry Kasparov was probably still a teenager. I think Garry is probably about as old as I am. So in any case, the question about attacking and getting the pieces unblocked and stuff like that, we're going to just sort of open this up. This is what they call the Sicilian Defense. Anytime that you move, black moves c5 after white moves e4, it's referred to as the Sicilian Defense. If you watch this in HD as usual, you'll see the writing on the right side of the screen. Okay, so I'm going to scroll through this, and the normal answer for that is the knight. Now, speaking of attacking, obviously black is immediately attacking white's pawn. Of course, Garry defends. This is a normal way to open. It's about getting your pieces developed. Now, this is very important about development, because I'm going to show you black does make a big mistake. It ends up during this game that black ends up with almost no development. Okay, he starts out okay. Takes, knight takes. All right. If you also look at the bottom of the screen on the right side, you'll see black has a cramped position. Black's piece can't move on c8. So even the computer is telling you that at the moment anyway, black cannot move this bishop. So that's already a part of an answer to CJ asking about getting the bishops out and getting the pieces behind the pawns and stuff like that. Here's a dead-proof example of how having a cramped position and not developing your pieces and not allowing your bishops to get out can actually make you lose the game. And I think this may be one of his big mistakes. And the other thing is that he did get the bishop out, the black square bishop out, but he makes the mistake in moving, and he moves it all the way back. I'll show you that right now. Okay, so the threat here, before I go any further, the threat here, black makes a decent threat. It's an attack. Speaking of attacking, black's threat is that this knight is pinned. Okay, so I cannot take, white cannot take. Oh wait, that's not working. That's not working. Okay, there it is. White cannot take the knight because it's pinned. So the threat is, of course, is to pounce on this piece and to try and get white in check many times over. So you have an attacking piece and you have nothing defending it but the pawn. So the next thing to do is to unpin the piece, and there it is, Kasparov, which is another normal everyday. You'll see this in 1,000 games. A bishop is used to unpin a king. Okay, black takes anyway. Now white takes with the pawn. There's a reason for this, but I won't get into that. This is more about the pieces being developed. Now here's the mistake. Why would black move that all the way back? I mean, black has a choice. He could have moved it here. I know he can't move it. He can't move it behind the pawn because he'll get captured, but he could have moved it here, anywhere, but he moved it all the way back, which is like not moving at all. Now none of his pieces are developed. He's missing a knight. Well, they're both missing a knight, but he has no development. Once he moved that bishop all the way back, he has no development. Now, according to the computer, right now takes back material. White has new isolated pawns. Isolated pawns are not generally a good thing, but these are the isolated pawns. But moving the bishop all the way back to the original position is not exactly good chess. So that's part of your answer, CJ, about getting those bishops out and getting them to do a job. And again, he also still has the white squared bishop blocked. Okay, he will be moving it soon, but white already has development. White already has his bishop and his knight developed, even though he has isolated pawns. And now he's got three. Now he's got two bishops and his knight developed. Okay, so black moves a pawn up for whatever reason. And now white has three pieces developed. Okay, four actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the two bishops, a knight, and a queen. And black, once again, as according to the computer, black has a slightly cramped position. But once again, this is the mistake. This is a big blunder. He again closes in his bishop. Now, Kasparov decides to take this pawn. And here is where the attacking starts. Now, this is a sacrifice. If black takes this knight, white has a major attack. And then, as you can see, all right, so black really shouldn't take that pawn. But nevertheless, black is in trouble. And he pulls his queen out, still has his bishop cramped back there. No other pieces are developed except for the knight. And now, Kasparov pounces and Guy West resigns. Now you may ask, why resign? I'll show you. If the other thing about the attacking, you also should watch the Josh Waitkin's Academy on forks, discovered attacks, etc. This would be a discovered attack. Let me show you this discovered attack. Okay, all Kasparov has to do is take that pawn, and it's check. That's a discovered attack. So, if black were to take this knight, he loses the queen. Okay, because In fact, I can show you. I can do this right now. I can take the knight and it won't let me do it, huh? Well, wonder why that happened. Let me see. Why can't I do that? Why won't it let me? Well, if he takes the knight, white is going to take the pawn, put black in check, and then he's got his queen. And I don't know why this computer is not letting me do this. But in any case, there you have it. The difference between having pieces out ready for the attack and having your pieces undeveloped and not ready for an attack, and you get totally boxed in. I don't know if that helps you, CJ, but that's an example. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to find out why this is not letting me do this. Okay, so let me do it this time. So if white takes the knight, which he did, okay, I mean if black takes the knight, which he did, white takes, and that's check. Okay, this is a discovered attack. Okay, and now what can black do? He can't do anything. He can move here, and that's really the end of the game, right? I don't know why this is doing this, but in any case, there it is. Alright, so basically that's the end of the game. Black is in deep trouble. There's no way he's going to win this game. Now, white is trouncing him. That's why they resigned at this move here. Okay? Once knight went to c7, black resigned because Guy West saw the rest of this. Actually, he probably should have resigned sooner than that. But so I hope this makes you realize and understand the attacking and developing pieces. It's not just one or the other. One is not more important than the other. They are all important. Okay, let me just get rid of these. There you go. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I hope I didn't confuse you more. Perhaps I can do some more of Garry Kasparov's game and try to analyze them. I want you to know that I saw this game on the St. Louis Chess Club website, or rather a YouTube channel, in a lecture with kids, and I recognized it and decided to use it for this video. The lecture included more than just this game, but I thought this one would be decisively instructive as far as CJ's question on how to, what to do next. I know he likes to play black. CJ said he usually plays black. Perhaps my next video I'll find a Kasparov playing black and having the same sort of instructional decisive game. As you can see, Garry Kasparov won this game in a matter of 12 moves. So, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Keep on playing. And any questions, comments, just like CJ did, please comment. And thank you.